Well, the Caribou Cup curse, try saying that in a hurry. It struck again. We conceded 5 goals in the third round of the Caribou Cup. Ha ha, but we scored 9. Yeah, completely bonkers game. Stoke City in the third round of the Caribou Cup, 9-5. Yes, do not adjust your set. 9-5. Now you might need a pen and paper to keep up with this one, and I don't even think I'm going to try, to be quite honest. I'll do my best. So Flores, Stoke City 1-0. But then a nice ball over the top, Luis Alberto onto Isaac. Lovely finish for the first of his hat-trick, by the way. But then, as we seem to be doing a lot at the moment, we conceded again. So we're 2-1 down now. Big hoof out from Ramsdale. Headed on. Isaac, second of his hat-trick. And then we go 3-2 down. Brown with a smart finish. Another nice ball forward. Gabby slides it in for Isaac. Free kick from Trippier. Nice goal, nice headed goal in the penalty area from Arthur. Bruno, lovely ball for Gabby to get the first of his 2. Then Stoke come back at it again. Corner gets headed out, but then smart finish from 𝐂𝐀𝐕𝐄. Trippier, nice ball in for 𝐁𝐂, the young kid. And then their keeper decides to do a bit of a hoof upfield, and our keeper doesn't cover himself in glory. But then he tries another hoof upfield, it comes straight back at them, and Evanilson scores. Bruno, lovely ball through again for Alina. And Evanilson gets his second. So as I've said, completely bonkers. So then we came back to the Premier League. We got a 1-1 draw away at Leeds. And then the Europa League, we played Feyenoord. So nice tidy win this, 2-1 away at Feyenoord. So Alina gets us off to a flying start. Nice ball through from Alina, and Evanilson 2-0. Then a hoof out from their keeper, catches us out of the back, and that's 2-1. And then we follow that up with a really important game against Arsenal, and we go 1-0 down. But then it gets nicked on that right hand side, Trippier forward, and Gabby slides it in for 1-1. Evanilson through to Gabby. Gabby to Foyth. And although Foyth gets injured, Gabby sticks it in for 2-1. Then we had a little bit of a blip. Went away to Leicester, lost 2-1. And we went away to Sturm Graz in the Europa League and lost that 2-1 as well. Came home to Forest and won that 2-0. Foyth, a nice ball forward for Isaac to finish smartly. And then a corner from Luis Alberto. And a second attempt, Isaac for 2-0. Then we played Brentford in the 4th round of the Caribou Cup. at their place, and we actually won that on penalties. It was 2-2 at full time, but we won that on penalties. Then we went away to Crystal Palace and we got beat 4-2. And then we entertained Sturm Graz. We owed them one from the first game. So Gabby gets the first of it for a 2-0 win. And Luis Alberto with a rocket. So I played a lot of football. Results have been a little mixed, if I'm being really honest. But with 10 games played, we're actually joint second with 22 points. Manchester City are top with 25. And as you can see in the Europa League, after 4 games played, we're top with 9 points. So 2 games today against Southampton and a really big one against Liverpool. So without further ado, let's get stuck in, shall we? Well, welcome to the South Coast for today's game against Southampton. Today's team: Ramsdale in goal, back 4 of Pellegrini, Arthur, Botman and Foyth. Dominguez is the ball-winning midfield player, 3 across the middle, Luis Alberto, Joe Linton and Tielemans, and Diaz is supporting Isaac up front. So we'll expect to win today, 3 points. Southampton have had quite a poor start to the season, about 2/3 of the way down the table. They've had some quite bad results, so I would expect 3 points today. Nothing else really would be acceptable. Do seem to have started the game quite slowly though. Good save from Ramsdale. 35 minutes played, we've had 1 shot up to now. Go on Tielemans, back. Oh no, it's going on his own. Oh! I thought that chance was wasted. I mean, it didn't end up in the back of the net, but Southampton with the first highlight of the second half, but he blazes it way over the top. Making all my 5 subs in one go. Brought Gabby on up front. Bruno's coming to midfield. Changed both my wing backs. And Elliot Anderson's come on in midfield as well. Not quite sure who that was for. There was actually nobody in a position there for that ball. Good tackle, but it ends up with a Southampton player. Great save from Ramsdale. Go on Trippier. Play the ball forward. Tielemans. What can Tielemans do with this? Give the ball away. Dominguez has been sent off. So we're down to 10 men. Southampton with a corner. Hit the post with that, did they? Slight change to the tactics now. I've gone very long. Just to try and cut out the midfield. Which we have done, but there's no support. And the way our midfielders are running into the box tells me there's a little bit of lack of inspiration there. Nobody was busting a gut there to get into the penalty area, were they? Well, it looks like we're going to settle for a 0-0 draw, which we have. Well, Arsenal are still yet to play, but we're still in the top 3 with that result. But the next game now is Liverpool. Not going to be easy, that one. Well, they don't come much bigger than this, and we definitely owe Liverpool from last season's results because we didn't do well against Liverpool last season. So the team for today is Ramsdale in goal, back four of Pellegrini, Arthur, Silva and Trippier. Two deep line playmakers today try and hold the possession for us with Bruno and Tielemans. We've got Joe Linton in the centre of the park. Two attacking midfield players of Luis Alberto and Diaz, with Isaac as the lone striker. Well, Almiron's came knocking on my door. He said that he didn't feel as though he was good enough to play in this team anymore, would like a transfer. So I said, okay, fine. And he's actually gone. I mean, I'm not really playing with wingers at the moment, so his game time was quite limited. And we're losing 1-0 after 13 minutes. Very, very, very dithery on the ball. Again, very dithery on the ball. Can be a little bit more dynamic. Ball forward to nobody. Saved by Ramsdale. Needless to say, Liverpool were not dithery on the ball then, were they? Very dynamic, very quick and sharp and precise. Corner to Liverpool, just skims the top of the crossbar. Liverpool have had much the better of the game. Two-0. Half time, absolutely awful. A little bit of a change at half time, gone to more of a diamond. I've moved Tielemans forward and brought on two new strikers, Gabby and Kowal. Isaac doesn't seem to be having a good game. Can we be a little bit more adventurous and dynamic this up? No, we can't. Liverpool have got the highlights straight from the kick-off. Well, at this rate, Liverpool won't have had an easier 3 points all season. Another Liverpool highlight, another corner. Very nearly the third. Let's try and go a little bit more. Let's go positive in the mentality. Liverpool's XG 3.31. They're doing exactly what they did to us last season. Absolutely battering us. We don't seem to have an answer for Liverpool at all. Although we weren't great against Southampton either, so. Can we move the ball forward? It's a nice ball. It's a little bit more like it. The finish was very, very, very poor. Last throw of the dice, I've brought McAllister on, Alina and Foyth. And after all of those changes, we're still on the cosh. Played McAllister, well won back. Come back deep to pick the ball up. Pellegrini's just given the ball to Mo Salah. They are Mo Salah. Just take the ball away and score. Really good save from Ramsdale. Gabby got his foot on the ball then, but didn't win it. 31 shots, 10 on target, XG of 3.86 for Liverpool. Unplayable. 3-0. We may as well have not turned up today. Absolutely shocking. So I really expected to get 3 points out of the Southampton game. The Liverpool game was always going to be difficult. 1 point out of 6, not acceptable really. So with that result, Liverpool have leapfrogged us now into 4th. We are now 5th, having played 12 games on 23 points. I'm trying to find a solution to this lacklustre dithering on the ball, giving the ball away, which always end up in a goal. Seeing quite a lot of it creeping in the last few games. I mean, if we look at the dynamics, so team cohesion's good, which is not amazing. Club atmosphere is average. We have 10 players who are unhappy at the club. There are many contrasting personalities throughout the club. Managerial support is good, but I'm failing apparently to positively influence a number of players. So answers on a postcard. I mean, players unhappy. I'm not entirely sure what I can do about that. I'm trying to play a set 11 players to try and get some cohesion and try and get some, team togetherness. But that means players are left out. If I constantly rotate, then we're not getting that team cohesion. But I've got unhappy players. And apparently I'm not being positive in the way I influence players. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on really. I mean, I think my signings have been really good, and I think essentially we have a 3.5-star, 4-star team which should be competing really well. I mean, okay, Liverpool is always going to be tough, the top teams are always good, but Southampton, we should be beating them. We should be beating them easily. And to be coming away from there with only 1 point and a very lacklustre performance, all this dithering about on the ball, just stuttering, the advancing player just comes past, takes the ball, away you go, scores a goal. Not ideal really. I have no answer to it at the moment. Anyway, we're going to do the usual thing, go off camera, play a few games, and we'll be back very, very shortly. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that. If it's the kind of thing that you'd like to see more of, please subscribe to my channel, give me a like, and we'll see you next time for more from me, the Gobby Gaffer.